Hey there guys, how's it going? This is Noah from eSports and welcome to part number 7 of our Miami Hammerheads expansion draft franchise mode on the NHL 19 video game. And I'll give you a quick update if you have not seen the most recent episode, episode 6. So in that episode we ended up playing the Toronto Maple Leafs in our season opener away game. We lost 5-4, but it was pretty promising actually, considering we're an expansion team and it was our first game. Today we're going to really find out what we want to do with this season though, if we want to try and throw it away and build towards next year, or if we really want to try and go for the cup. So we're going to simulate all the way up to the end of the trade deadline, and then we're going to try and make some trades along the way. And next episode we'll make some trades, so here we go. Okay, so right off the bat, the Philadelphia Flyers are offering us a round 4 pick for our round 4 and Ryan Gudas. So we are going to not do this because Gudas is 78 OVR and he's still 28 years old. So I think he's just a little too valuable to let go of. So we're going to exit out of this trade and see what else comes up. We're going to simulate a couple more days. And the St. Louis Blues are offering round 1 pick and another round 1 pick for the next year for Jake Muzzin, a round 4 and Gudas as well. Muzzin is 29 years old and 85 OVR, so he's pretty valuable. But for 2 first-round picks, man, that's not the worst deal in the world. I think we're going to try and add something back on here, though, and see what we can pull through. I'm going to say maybe a 6 and a 7 for next year's draft and put that through. And it's accepted, so that's good. The counteroffer worked. We got 2 picks out of there. We can use those to trade. And maybe somehow we'll get something good in the draft from that. So we've gotten rid of Muzzin. He's one of our better players, and he's gone. But let's continue simulating. Okay, there's a couple players that want to meet with me as a coach, so we're going to go to player morale. I don't want anybody to lose morale. I probably shouldn't have turned that on because we don't really want to cover that too much in this. James Reamer. And he's not feeling good about his recent in-game performance. Well, if I'm being honest with him, I would be telling him that everybody sucks on this team, and except for David Pastrnak, they're mostly just trade assets. So I'm not really sure what I want to tell him. I guess I can go with calming, and that'll be that for the meeting with Reamer. And I guess that didn't work, so oh well, lost morale a little bit, but we'll recover. Oh man, oh my, Adam Strawman for a round 1 and a round 2. Strawman, he is an 84 OVR and 32 years old if I'm remembering correctly. But for a round 1 and a round 2, that's not the worst deal like I had earlier with Muzzin. It's not the worst deal, but let's see if we can add something else on Winnipeg's end to take from them. Let's see if we can get this 78 overall right here. You see him, Roslovic. He's 21 years old and he's already a 78, so he'd be a nice asset to have. Let's propose this, and unfortunately it's rejected. That actually really sucks because I thought that would be a perfect trade for us. Let's put a round 4 on there and propose it. That's accepted, so we'll put that through, and we'll move on to the next trade or whatever comes up. Yes, assistant coach best roster, and here we go, simulating. Okay, another player morale meeting. Hopefully this doesn't go as awfully as it did last time. Here we got Mirko Mueller, and he's feeling that the team hasn't been performing well, so I honestly agree with him. And I think that we'll just go for this yellow one right there, and see how he responds, because none of these really fit what I'm thinking. And yeah, so we'll select that, and no impact. That's too bad. I wanted to boost his morale, but it didn't work. So, morale meetings are not going well for us this episode. Okay, so we're just past Christmas time, and it looks like a late present might be coming from the Winnipeg Jets. A round 1 and a round 2 for Justin Braun. He's an 83 overall at 31 years old, and they also want a round 4. Again, I don't feel like they're giving me quite enough, so let's add something else on here and see what they're going to give us. Obviously, Patrick Lane is not going to work. And here's another guy, 21 years old, and he's in the high 70s, almost in the 80s. So let's propose this, and it's rejected, unfortunately. So let's put on Spasic. He's a 69 overall at 21 years old. Not quite as good, but we'll do it anyway just to take something out of it, and that's accepted. So we've taken a lot of first and second round picks as we continue to simulate here. And as a trade-off for that, because we're trading to get those, we have lost some of our better players, including Jake Muzzin, who is one of our top-notch talents, which means that I'm going to have to be really, really wise with my draft picks that I've got in my possession, because otherwise this team is going to be totally screwed over if I don't make good picks or trade them well. But anyway, we are getting very, very close to the trade deadline. We are less than 2 weeks away from it now at this point in time. So we're going to see how it goes if we get any other offers next. And then next time we will do some trading, like I said at the beginning of the video, and we'll try and initiate some really good stuff into our team and use those draft picks. Looks like we got a couple more meetings available, so we're going to go to player morale right here. And Carl Hagelin, 81 overall, and he is a left wing, so he's one of our better players. He's got good morale. Let's see what we can do. He's bragging about how good he is. We'll meet with him and try and bring him down a little bit, so if he stinks in the next couple games, he actually is humble enough to not be depressed, I guess. And I think that we can say he can do better. And he lost morale. We've had the worst luck with morale meetings. We've done 3 of them today, and none of them have gone well. So let's back out of that, and we've got 10 days, I think, until the trade deadline. So let's simulate. We have less than a week left, and we'll see what happens. Let's speed up a little bit, and we'll just have the best lines right there. And yeah, that'll do it. So no more trades in this video. Let's go and take a look at our team's record up to the trade deadline. We're 27, 27, and 8, and I know that we traded away quite a few good players, but I still feel like we wouldn't have been really in the playoff hunt, because if you look at this, we are 20 points roughly behind the Boston Bruins, who are leading the standings in our division. So we are probably not having a chance at making the playoffs anyway. So that's why I did that. I had a feeling we would be in that kind of scenario no matter what. So we traded for draft picks, and we're doing very well. And yeah, so next time we'll be trading. Make sure to tune in for part number 8 of this series. And thank you all so much for watching. It's very, very, very much appreciated. And make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more esports content, weekly stuff coming out on this channel. And thank you all so much for watching again. It's very much appreciated. Follow us on Twitter at IR_esports_. And you'll get updates as soon as we start getting that going, and we'll start posting some stuff on there. So that'll do it. See you all soon.